Alright guys, Chris here. So I'm going to do a feeding videos. So this is seaweed. This hybrid roast green only eats seaweed. Same with the other one. Like I said, I haven't done feeding videos in a long time. So I'll share some love. That's about it. Alright guys, so this is the hybrid roast queen, the other one. She only eats seaweed too. Alright, you ready? Alright, come here, queen. This is one of the meanest fish I own right now. So usually I'll feed her one, wait a little bit, and I'll feed her another one. Same with the other queen. Should be good. So on Amazon I ordered a high output air pump. It's about 900 gallons per hour, about 6 outlets it has, outflows. I ordered 10 large air stones. Excuse me guys. So the dog likes seaweed. Pumpkin just had a bath, so she's smelling nice. Alright, so this is tiny New Life Spectrum float pellets. I've had this can for over a year, so I haven't refilled the old one. I just take a little bit so if I spill it, it doesn't make a mess and waste a bunch. I usually don't spill fish food, but accidents happen. These are the yellow lab cichlids. There were more. Some died due to water quality, but most of them are staying strong. So I fed them this morning seaweed, well maybe pellets too, because that's what they're pooping out right now. And they're eating too, so that's good. So I do a water change on this tank. It's very dirty. And they tend to eat the food pretty fast. It's already gone. But should be good. So I don't know if this is a male or female. It was heavily beat up. She's probably been in here for 4 months or 6 months. I'm not sure. I didn't document how long she's been in here, or he. But she's definitely thriving. I've got an Emperor 400 with some koi padding. It's the only filter that has koi padding because the way the filter works, it has to have a lot of padding for it to flow properly. And it's got coarse and fine padding at the end to polish the water. The filter's never been clean, but it's still got some good flow coming out of it. But this is a 20 tall tank, same with the baby cichlids. Yeah. Pretty specimen. I had about 40 of these fish. They were a gift, and I lost most of them because the fish were in the garage, 3 tanks, and it got hot, and then ammonia rose, and when hot and heat raises, the ammonia is more toxic. So there's no more fish in the garage. Hasn't been since a while, at least 9 months or so. But yeah. These 2 red devils, 3 synodontis, 1 medium, small, and large, and parrotfish. I had about 10 parrotfish at one time or more, 125, and it leaked. So then I moved and lost half of my fish due to quality of water. Not when I got the fish in the tanks, they were fine, but alright, just a little chat, update on the feeding. It's about a scoop of my spoon coming over here. So these air pumps are very noisy. I've seen reviews on them, but you can always unplug them if you have company or sleeping, or at night or something. When I go to bed, I unplug it. But they're very strong air pumps. They should be a good addition to the aquariums. So 1 air pump, and it has a metal end that has 6 airline tubings that hook up to it. It does get warm, but in a house with a fan and air conditioning, I don't think it'll be a problem. But it should be in a few days. So this red devil's a little stunted. It doesn't eat that much, but I did have 4 red devils, but the other 2 died. This is the biggest one out of that one. It's gone. I usually feed them 2 scoops, but we'll take our time in the video. So just now I put my hand in the tank. I'll scoot back so I'm splashing the food with the phone. And you could hold the fish and pick them out of the water for a second. But pretty cool. Simba, you can pet his knock, his head. But alright guys, here we go. So on the maxi jets, I have one going down and one going up for agitation and flow for right now. This tank has lots of air bubble or aeration in the tank. When I stick that air pump in here, basically in this room there's 4 tanks. One's just not set up, but it has water, biological, which I gravel vac was Freddy's, and it was very silky, the water quality. No fish in it, so no harm done, but I gravel vac it. A lot of anaerobic, not aerobic bacteria in the substrate. Hasn't been gravel vac in 6 months, but I gravel vac it when I did the other tanks, so that helped. There are neurite snails in this above tank here. The 6 outlets, I think I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, so that'd be plenty of air. So when I feed Simba, the large orange red devil, Simba was the same fish I bought from the same pet shop as Freddy. You can see they're, I don't know. But when you feed Simba, he gets very excited and he gets air out of the surface. But there we go. Maybe he won't because I petted him. But when I did the gravel vacs on all the aquariums, Simba was the last that I got to in about 15 hours or so. But I should have did him a lot faster because he was the dirtiest. But he is also the biggest. See those little specks on the glass? Those are neurite snails. They breed in salt water. I did put some aquarium salt, 2 tablespoons. It helped with the gill function and everything. Sim was a very big fish. He was in a 55 his whole life. So 75 is definitely a good, better than a 55, of course. And he's not in Mom's room. He's in my room. That's what he's dug, to the bottom. Alright. 2 aqua clears on this tank. This was Freddy's filter, but Freddy's not here, so might as well use it. So this queen's been acting a little spooky for the last couple of weeks. I'll take a look at the filters after I'm done with the feeding videos real quick. So usually I feed her on this side, but since she hasn't been a little spooky, I've been going to the front just as I showed you. But a little opening here. But she's getting, all she eats is seaweed. Same with the other queen. Seaweed is nori, so it's made for sushi. But it's a good deal. But I usually buy San Francisco Bay in my past, but yeah. So when you have aquarium fish, no matter how long you have them for, years or so, if you stop feeding a food and you start adding in, okay, so if you stop feeding a food and you start feeding another food, they won't be used to it. If you continue and continue and continue to feed that one food, they'll get hooked on it and then they won't eat the other food. What happened with this queen and the other queen is that I used to feed them pellets all the time. They were used to it, come up to the surface, eat every one. But I don't feed it to them because they're not on it for some reason. New Life Spectrum float, or New Life Spectrum in general, is very good food. Seaweed's good in fiber and minerals and vitamins, same for people, iodine and such. All the other aquarium fish in the whole house eat seaweed. But these, the 2 queens, they're the only ones that eat the seaweed. Alright guys. So, the Marine Pure, I think I got gypped. Because some of them are starting to deteriorate. You just hold them and crush them. The spheres are legit. They don't break down. Marine Pure should last forever. But the squares, I think I got gypped. Did say Marine Pure on the box, but it's just a thought. There you go, guys. Just a little one. I gotta refill the cup, but that'd be alright. So, The little ones are probably females and the big ones are probably males. That's just the way usually it is. Most of the time. The plan is to move all the fish in this room to that room and put my bedroom and all the fish and all my furniture in this room. But we'll play it by ear. No rush. So this is a new cell phone. I've had it for maybe 3 months. I need to do a garden update. Pros and cons of gardens. Things thrive and things die. But that's just a whole part of the gardening process, I guess. The seasons, cold to hot, hot to cold. Summer to winter, fall is the good time. Alright guys. So when I do feeding videos on YouTube and Facebook, I feed a little more. I mean, I still feed as much as normal. But, most of the time I feed more. This will be it for the queens. And the other fish. I just feed them 2 servings. But, yep. Alright guys. So these bluefish, that's the last one out of 100. I had the 125 years ago. And they were breeding in the rocks. And there was 100, well I wouldn't say hundreds, but 100. And I probably caught over 50 in a 29 tall. Yep, sorry of the... Yeah. But those yellow labs babies will grow as big as those yellowfish. And they'll get blue and black, depending on their male and female. This tank was outside in the heat, so the seams on the top, I guess, didn't do good. And they're pooping seaweed. That's alright, guys. I cleaned the mechanical out. This tank is dirty. The thing about an AquaClear and an Aqueon is the Aqueon gets a lot dirtier because... I'll show you in a second. Alright? I'll show you. Alright, for an example, this is an AquaClear 110. It has all of what you would buy. Only part that you keep in here is the bottom plate that comes with it. That keeps it structurally safe with the weight of these marine pure balls. So this filter relatively stays really clean. Now the pad on the bottom is the first contact of where the water or the waste or the polishing power hits. So that hits that and these all stay clean. That's what you want it. Now as for, this is okay, so as for the Aqueons, I just clean this pad. So when the water goes through it, it's clean. As it gets dirty, the water will rise and go over. But the thing with these filters is that there's no cleaning power, so there's actually bacteria solids that the impeller breaks, and then it'll breed bacteria in there, which is a good thing. If you have a clean AquaClear in this, it's pros and cons, but it's a good thing. But I just cleaned this, all of them, on all tanks. I didn't clean the AquaClears because they're not ready yet. Just a thought. So there's currently 4 tanks. 2 tanks here, 2 tanks there. On an iron stand. Now Simba will have diarrhea because I just fed him. Now I'm feeding him again. But I didn't put as much in this 1/4 spoonful. But really happy fish. When you're I don't know, I didn't Google it, but if your fish, I'm guessing the fish are psychic, because if the fish water quality is bad, their attitude changes. Water quality is good, their attitude is positive. So if it's good, positive. If it's bad, negative. And like Majestic Aquariums say, your aquarium has buffering. So if something bad happens when a good aquarium goes bad, you have more of a chance of your fish doing bad, rather than if your aquarium was good. I lost count. If your aquarium was bad and something happened, then you have a better chance of something happening to your good fish. Just a thought to think about. Simba, did you get it all? So Simba knows the sign language. I go, back wall, rock, paper. Back wall, Simba, back there. Did you get it all, bud? See, look, he's smart. He's one of my favorite fish. Yeah, see? He's a good fish. Alright, guys. The fish food was in the other room, so I skipped this guy. So I've been doing water changes every once a month, basically. It's a little long for water changes. You need really to do it every week, but yeah, as long as they're eating is my book really. And your filters are clean, which I mean mechanically clean, but the biological, the bacteria is very good. Beautiful fish. I had another yellow lab in here. I put it with the other ones after it was healed. I think they killed it, but I'm not sure. They're a beautiful fish. Nice specks on them. So there is a glare. Come on, guys. So you could feed them on any side. Fish get to know which side you feed on a regular basis. So it's just to keep a thought of that. But the synodontists tear the food up first. Well, mostly the food. That red devil, that's Flipper, it has a name. If a fish stands out on personality, he gets a name. Like the queens, they're very mean and they're just named Queen, I guess. Never really had names for queens. Maybe the queen that passed away in the garage, Beauty and the Beast, maybe, because she was Beauty when she ate, and when she had maintenance or something or go on the tank, it was a beast. Or something like that. So usually I'll just break a bunch of seaweed up and I'll dunk it and let it go, and then everybody gets it. But they ate that this morning, and like, if you feed seaweed and spectrum, they get a little tired-ish, you could say. Like, I ate too much, that kind of deal. But they're good. So I picked up these fans from Walmart. I bought a 2-year plan or something like that. Why not? I'm always moving them around and go and get my clothes out of the closet and so forth. I don't run the ceiling fans because these are just enough. I keep them on high and I adjust them up and down. And another thought, most of the time, like every day when I wake the fish up, I open the lid to bring in extra oxygen. But good gas exchange from the maxi jets. The Sun, they're usually Sun filter wave makers. Every single one, the small ones and the double ones, had electrical malfunctions, defaults, and I threw them out basically. And then the suction cups, when you first buy them, they stick, but then they don't stick. You have to clean them real well, and then hopefully they stick. So just a thought when you're buying Suns. Usually when you buy a new maxi jet, you can move around the suction cups from the new ones to the old ones, because the old ones suction cups, they wear out not fast, but it helps with sticking. For maintenance on the tanks, I cleaned, this was probably 3 weeks ago, I'm thinking. I cleaned the glass, 30-gallon gravel vac, cleaned the sponges. The other day, well, yesterday, or the day before, one or the other, I topped off 10 gallons. With the lid open, it does evaporate more than lid closed, which it's okay. The fan runs too. And so top off, tap water, put some salt in a net and let it dissolve. You're not supposed to do it that way, but they were desperate. Because I haven't been putting salt in, but yeah. Alright, so we rescued Pumpkin. She's about 9. She's a boxer mix, a mutt, which mutts make good dogs. She's my snuggling buddy, and loves to eat. Eat dog food, of course, not seaweed, but I just gave her a bath, so she's smelling good. Gentle, Pumpkin, gentle. It's good for him, good iodine for him. Yeah, every time I get the food, I say, Pumpkin, come on, Pumpkin. He's a good girl. Alright, guys, that's all the videos for today. I hope you liked it. Alright, guys, till next time, peace.